Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. Well, since he passed away and I have retired, I've spent a good bit of time hiking. On a recent hike with my niece Jessica, she asked me a compelling question. She is a park ranger in Wisconsin, so I love hiking with her. But she asked me, what do you most like to discover on your hikes? And I thought a while, and I thought probably wildflowers in early spring, but they're just so abundant here that didn't seem like a really good answer. And then I love spotting birds that I have never actually seen before. I've seen a scarlet tanager and an indigo bunting, but then I remembered mushrooms. There is just something about mushrooms, this bright color of a mushroom on a brown autumn forest floor that just captures my attention. And Jessica said that that's what she enjoys discovering most too. So of course we had to stop on the trail immediately and share photographs. And the picture Jessica showed me was this large, flat-topped, kind of fleshy mushroom that had this little slug resting on top of it. And it reminded me of Alice in Wonderland and the opium smoking caterpillar on top of his mushroom. But her photograph was just so quaint. It just made me think that a fairy was going to pop from behind the stem of the mushroom. And I showed her two photographs. I have a photograph of this red button of a mushroom that's just popping through the surface of the earth, and then this large blue mushroom. So what is it about mushrooms that are so captivating to me? I think it's just their otherworldliness. They're neither plant nor animal. They come in a variety of shapes and colors. Some are edible, some are poisonous, some have hallucinogenic properties. And science is just learning more and more fascinating things about them. So they are interesting to me, but when I really think about mushrooms and the property of mushrooms and the fungi that they come from, I've got 3 lessons that I want to share that I have learned from mushrooms. Number 1, what we show the world, how we present ourselves, is not necessarily what's below the surface. So the mushroom is the fruiting body of this massive subterranean network of fungal filaments, this thread-like fungus that spreads throughout the top layer of the soil will push up a mushroom when it wants to reproduce. Number 2, we each have very special qualities and gifts and talents, and when we use them in community, it's mutually beneficial. And science is just starting to realize some of this mutualism that's happening with the fungus in the soil and other creatures. So I talked a little bit about how trees use the fungal elements in the soil to communicate with each other. And I'll put a link to that YouTube video in the description of this video, and there's a link there with more information about how that works. But the other fascinating one to me is leafcutter ants. So this particular species of ants cultivate this particular fungus in their mound, and they do that by feeding it fresh leaf bits that they go out, scavenge fresh leaves, bring it to the mound, and feed to the fungus. And in turn, the ant larvae feed on the fungus. Lesson number 3. When we let go and rid ourselves of the things that no longer serve us and absorb all the love and peace and joy that we can, we will grow and we can actually spread those qualities throughout the world. So as I said, mushroom is this fruiting body that the fungi use to reproduce. It starts off as what they call a pin, very tiny, but all the cells are in that pin. And then water is absorbed by this pin so that it just swells. New cells are not laid down or created. The the cells that are already there just swell with the water, and they push up through the earth, first as a button, and then they continue to swell and swell and swell with water until they reach full size. So there you go. Go be a mushroom. A good one though, not a poisonous one. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.